Hi all, welcome to Diva's Nest. Today we are going to make a very tasty breakfast recipe, that is rava appam and black chana curry, or you can also call it kadla curry. So let's get started. I have taken measurement in this particular glass. So I have taken 1 full glass of rava. Then I have added around half a glass of water into this and mix it well. Then we need to allow this to rest for at least 5 minutes. So the rava will absorb all the water and you will get a thick paste like this. So once you get this consistency, then you can add it into the mixer jar. Okay, then the next ingredient we are taking, in the same glass I have taken half cup of grated coconut. Okay, fresh coconut it is. Then I have taken half cup of cooked rice. If you don't have cooked rice, instead you can add 2 tablespoons of maida into it. Then half teaspoon of instant yeast and 1 teaspoon of sugar. Then we need to add around half a glass of water again, and according to the consistency of dosa, we need to grind it into a smooth paste. Okay, so once you get a batter like this, pour it into a vessel, and then we need to cover it and allow it to rest for at least 15 minutes. Keep it in a warm place till the yeast activates and the batter gets fermented well. So once you get a batter like this, it's very fluffy, you can add little salt and mix well, and then we can start making the appams. Once the tawa is hot, then we will take a ladle of batter and pour it on. We will not spread it much like how we do for regular dosas. So you can already see the bubbles coming out. So now we can cover it with the lid. Keep the flame on medium, not on very high. Okay, so just cook it for around 2-3 seconds, and we can take it off the flame immediately after you take the lid. So this will be very soft appams. Or after taking the lid, you can allow it to cook for another 2-3 seconds. So then it will turn light golden brown. That will be more crispier. So however you like to have your appams, you can make it that way. So the appams are all ready now. You can see how soft and beautiful it looks. It's very tasty and instant too. You don't have to ferment. Next we will make the chana curry. For that I am taking the black chana which was soaked overnight, and now we need to pressure cook this for at least 3 to 4 whistles. And then for the gravy I am taking 2 onions, 1 tomato, ginger garlic crushed, and dry chili and curry leaves. We also need to make a masala paste. So for that, into a bowl I am adding 2 tablespoons of coriander powder and 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1 teaspoon of garam masala, salt as per taste, and 1 teaspoon of chili powder. Then we need to add water and mix it into a smooth paste. So actually you can also add these masalas directly into the curry, but then when you make a paste and then add it, the gravy becomes more thick and also the chances of it getting burnt is lesser. So then once this is ready, we'll keep it aside. Then we'll take a pan, add some oil, and once the oil is hot, I've added the mustard seeds. Then I'm adding 1 tablespoon of crushed ginger and garlic, and then around 2 to 3 pieces of dried red chilies. Okay, then we need to saute this for around 5 to 10 seconds till it turns golden brown. Then we can add the onions. I have taken here 2 onions chopped finely. So we can add the onions along with some curry leaves, and then saute it for another few minutes till it turns into golden brown. Okay, once the onions turn golden brown, then we can add the next ingredient, that is the tomatoes. So we can add, I have taken here around 1 tomato finely chopped. So you can take more than 1 tomato if you want it to be more tangy. So once the tomatoes are added, we need to saute it again for another few minutes, and then once that is well cooked, next we will add the masala paste which we had prepared earlier. Okay, so add the masala paste, and then you can pour little water into that same bowl and take out everything from that bowl, all the masalas. And next, this needs to be allowed to cook well so that the raw taste of masala is all gone, the spice powder. And then once the masala is well cooked and it is ready like this, then we can add the chana which is cooked along with the stock. I am adding it into the curry, gravy now. Then if you want the gravy to be in runny consistency, then you can add another half a glass of hot water at this stage. But I want the gravy to be more thick, so I am not adding water, but I am just adjusting the taste level. Salt was less, so I have added more salt. Then I will cover it with a lid and allow it to cook for another 5-10 minutes. So once it is ready, now after 5-10 minutes, the gravy is well cooked. It's quite thick, and you can see the masala is well coated on the chana too. So this is the right consistency which I wanted for the appams. So you can make this curry not only for appam, it is very tasty to have along with roti too. So hope you liked it. So you can see the consistency is quite thick. So please do try it once, and it is an amazing breakfast. The curry is ready and I have just served it and decorated it along with the curry leaf. So hope you all liked it. Please do try once and have this breakfast combination of appam and kadla curry. I'm sure you will like it. And if you like our videos, please don't forget to subscribe and share. Thank you so much for watching.